We hear it time and time again, hang up behind the wheel. But according to data, it's not just handheld phones that are causing the problems. In 2012, more than 1 million crashes involved handheld and hands-free cell phone devices, and those numbers don't even include texting.
We all think it'll never happen to us.
We were stopped in traffic due to a previous accident when suddenly we were struck from behind by an SUV going 62 miles per hour.
But in reality, all it takes is a split second.
The driver was so distracted that when he hit our car, he had not even applied his brakes.
It's a nightmare Susan Yum lives with every day.
I didn't even realize what had happened until I turned around and I saw my son, and his head was pressed up against the driver's side headrest and his eyes were closed and he had blood trickling down.
5-year-old Jake Owen killed simply because a driver didn't put down his phone. But according to the National Safety Council, there's millions of other people who aren't hanging up either.
It's not something that's happening once in a while. It's starting to happen more and more, and we feel very comfortable using our phones in the car, but the reality is it's very dangerous.
NSC creates a yearly estimate of cell phone crashes because they say it's underreported. Typically, police are relying on driver self-reports and eyewitness accounts. In 2012, 21%, or 1.2 million crashes, involved handheld and hands-free cell phones. Texting alone adds another 281,000 crashes to that number.
You stop because you had the cell phone up to your ear, so I see a driver's license registration for the vehicle.
Using a handheld phone behind the wheel became a primary offense in Maryland last October. That simply means that if you're spotted using your phone while driving, you can be pulled over and ticketed.
A person who is legally drunk is going to be able to stop and has the attention to be able to stop football fields before somebody who's got a phone up and who is texting.
When I saw you coming on the ramp from 83 northbound, like you're looking down on your cell phone.
In September, 615 Maryland drivers got a ticket for using a handheld cell phone. Just 1 month later, when it became a primary offense, citations jumped nearly 6 times that number to 3,660.
It's making public more aware, making law enforcement more aware. And as we become more aware, we see the dangers of that becomes a focus, and we want to keep the roadways safe.
But policing it isn't always easy.
I've seen people, as I come up behind them, drop the phone into their lap. Throw it in the passenger seat, things of that nature, to try to conceal what they're doing.
It's like driving a billboard for state police down the road. And when we came along, the number of drivers at 10 and 2 was unbelievable.
They know it's a police vehicle. They know it's a violation. Most people are not going to be blatant and just continue to do so. If they see the police coming up, they do what they can to either correct the violation or hide the violation.
So we went out in our own unmarked car, and we didn't even drive 2 miles before we saw drivers with one hand on their phone instead of the wheel.
Unfortunately, I think most people feel that it's not as big a distraction as it is, and they feel they can operate their vehicle safely with the cell phones.
But then we took it a step further. We set up our camera in front of Baltimore City Police headquarters. Left and right, people talking, texting, balancing their phone to their ear as they mount a GPS to the windshield.
I see people talking on their handheld cell phones, weaving in and out, slowing and then speeding up.
For Susan Yum, it's a reminder every day.
No, family should ever have to lose a loved one because of something that was entirely preventable.
A 5-year-old Jake and the messages, the conversations that can wait.
I think about his last words every day, and while he was playing his game, he said, "Mom, I have 43 lives," and I think about the irony of those words every day.
Now, the driver who struck the Yums family car, killing Jake, walked away with 2 minor traffic tickets and 2 $500 fines. After walking out of that courtroom, Susan Yum teamed up with Delegate Klippinger and got Jake's Law passed this year. Jake's Law states that if you are at fault in an accident that results in death or serious bodily injury because you were talking without a hands-free device or texting, you face a criminal penalty of up to a year in jail, up to a $5,000 fine, and 12 points on your driver's license.